Well, good morning, guys. Welcome back to another trading session. Well, it is Friday. The end of the week is right ahead. So I hope you're doing well. I hope your week went well as well. And yeah, I hope that your weekend will be great as well. So let's get straight into the charts and let's see what we have done yesterday. First of all, yeah, yesterday was a frustrating day since I was wrong with the idea that price would come to these relative equal lows here. So I kind of entered the short here. I was anticipating a drop down right from here, but yeah, I was kind of late with my entry, and then got stopped out. I stopped the trade right before the stop loss got hit, and then I tried to reverse the position, but by mistake I just hit the sell button once again, and yeah, I had to close immediately the position because I knew that price would eventually attack these relative equal highs here, and yeah, that made me um, step out from the chart since I have a lockout for a daily limit of 2 trades. So yeah, guys, it happens. I guess this was the first time that it happened to me, but yeah, sometimes things like this happens, and yeah, we have to be prepared because this is what we call the human error. So yeah, it's kind of frustrating because I would have been participating in this run to the upside, eventually taking the majority of profits here at these relative equal highs, and then eventually leaving a runner to the next projection level. But yeah, was not able to catch it. So for today's action, looking at NQ, it's price action is it's kind of messy. As you can see, we are playing at um, all-time highs, and yeah, it's kind of messy. Price is it's, it's somehow ranging here um, in a, let me just check here, in a 30 candle range, back and forth, and it's kind of hard to frame anything in these type of conditions. But at this point, looking into the hourly, if you open your hourly chart, you can eventually see that we have one tab here. Just let me grab something here just to yeah. So we have one tab to all-time highs. Then we had another tab, but this is not ideal. Yeah, another tab here, and then we had another tab here. So usually we call this the three driver pattern, which then eventually reverses down. So and since it's Friday, it might have some conflicts with the thank God it's Friday setup, which represents a 30% retrace from the weekly range. So if we try to measure where those 30% are, somewhere here, down here. So I would eventually accept the price can retrace down here, taking out all this liquidity that is resting here, eventually here, and yeah, and eventually here down as well. So this can eventually be a a projection of what price will do for today's price action. But since we are in all-time highs, it's always hard to frame something that's going to be a short setup. Price can eventually keep grinding higher here, disrespecting these bearish PD arrays here, and eventually can continue its upside, because on higher time frames, as you can see here on the daily, if I just zoom in, we have a bullish fair value gap here that it's still intact here. So we can eventually leave it open and continue higher, or eventually come down and expect some kind of a retrace down back to this inefficiency that it's not been fulfilled yet. So yeah, that's my main plan for today. Eventually expecting a thank God it's Friday setup, because I see there's a lot of liquidity down here, and would like to see price coming down a little bit before yeah, continue its way to the upside. So that's my main plan for today's action. I don't know if we will have something to work with, but yeah, it's just a matter of waiting and eventually expecting the model to develop and see if something of our interests just happens. So let's see. The market is opening right now, so 9:30, and we had have the 9:30 open here. So 9:30 open. It would be nice to see the market coming up a little bit, eventually taking out these relative equal highs. I wouldn't mind if we took the London highs as well, since they are somehow relative equal, and then eventually initiate a drop down. But yeah, we will have to wait a little bit more just to see things develop, and yeah, that would be the plan for today's action. So let me just mark the 9:30 open as well, the macro hour as well. So here it is. Let me open the position size calculator as well. Yeah, there we are. So yeah, right now price is somehow accumulating. It's a diagonal accumulation here. We have a rejection right at 8:30. Price is somehow like a mess here. If you look into NQ already took London lows. So ES is kind of saving London lows, but NQ already took them. Let me just check the higher time frames here. So yeah, this is a long accumulation here. Even on higher time frames, you can see it. And price is now trying to drive below, eventually taking London lows. So we are still ranging here. So the range, the actual range here is this box here that we have on ES. So this is somehow an accumulation. It would be nice to see price coming outside this accumulation, eventually manipulating price to the upside and then displacing, coming back to the accumulation zone and then driving lower. This would be an ideal scenario. Eventually happening somewhere near 950. Let me just check once again here. The range. So 70%. Yeah. So let's see if we have somehow a manipulation to the upside, taking out these relative equal highs here and then moving lower. So at this point, I would like to see these relative equal highs being attacked. NQ and ES not in sync right now. NQ is it's it's weaker. So still a bit messy here. Price action. NQ is it's a bit cleaner, delivering lower. It's already making new lows. So I believe the NQ is the weaker sister here. At this point, we have the first presented fair value gap here. We'll stretch it a bit higher here just to embrace the volume imbalance. There we go. So yes, it's still inside the range. So it's just accumulating here. Nothing to do about it. Looking into the regular trading hours. We took some buy side liquidity here already. So eventually, if we would have the strength to go lower, this buy side liquidity would be enough, honestly. But it's not happening on ES. So the next the next buy side liquidity point here on ES would be this one right here. Regular trading hours, buy side liquidity. Yeah, that's not what I want. So once again, yeah, this would be those London highs here as the next point of liquidity is buy side liquidity. But so far, price is just mumbling around, still consolidating. So still messy, nothing to work with. We are still accumulating here on ES. Meanwhile, NQ is trying to get above those bearish that bearish first presented fair value gap. It's retesting its midpoint. I'm curious to see if it has its strength to go to the upside eventually, then seeking for some buy side liquidity, or if it will respect it and drive lower. Because honestly, NQ already took London lows, so we might have some type of an SMT in between ES and Q. This is the SMT that I'm talking about. So London lows were taken on NQ, and yes, just saved them. Um, so, but at the same point, at the same time, I'm not seeing any type of strength right now from from ES, unless it gives me something more clear to the upside. Disrespecting 830 open and supporting above it. Meanwhile, NQ it's already playing above the first presented fair value gap. Yeah, these relative equal lows here and the sell side liquidity that we have on ES is kind of suspicious for me, but at this point, I can't frame anything bearish. And NQ, if you look into NQ, it's delivering a clean AMD, so still waiting. Price action here on ES is not very enticing to do anything. So no major sell side or buy side liquidity points are taken here on ES. It's just barcoding for me right now. Yeah, way cleaner. And Q is trying to head to the upside, while yes, it's just playing here. Bless you. Just playing here inside the first presented fair value gap, and Q delivering way better right now. So at this point, I'm willing to see some bullishness here on ES. Seems like ES is it's trapped in between the opens, 830 open and 930 open. It may take some time, but I would like to see some measure of displacement to the upside on ES. So we are approaching 950 macro. Let's see if it gives us some kind of fuel to drive price a little bit higher here. Would like to see buy side liquidity here at this point on ES, since NQ is just pushing higher. Hmm. Yeah, this was a miserable fill here. Yeah, not the best fill here. Let's see how this develops. I believe at this point we can eventually see buy sell liquidity here on ES. But I need to see price staying above 830 open. Let's just see if we have some momentum here inside the macro as well. So yeah, the fill was kind of miserable, but let's give it some time here just to develop. So first relative equal highs are being taken here. Let's just try to project something here. So this would be the last leg down. Taking a projection here. Let me just check this one here. Yeah, this would be somehow accurate. But let's see. Seems like yes is the weaker sister, and Q NQ not deliver, not ES not delivering as NQ is. Now I would like to see 830 open, just holding. Yeah, this one makes more sense here. So price stopped right at minus 0.5. Some confluence here at midnight open with -2 standard deviation. So let's give it some time. NQ is just pushing, and ES is it's kind of weak. Not seeing any follow through here. NQ is approaching some buy side liquidity levels here. So it's approaching London highs, but yes, is not moving at all. Yes, coming back below 830, retesting the first presented fair value gap. At this point, we need to see the first presented fair value gap to hold. Otherwise, a move lower will be next. Yes, once again trapped in between 830 and 930 open. It came back for this minor sell side liquidity here. And yeah, at this point, I'm not liking how price is delivering here on ES. We'll give it some more minutes just to see if it has some intention to go and to play above 8:30 open. NQ is still pushing, so I might drive ES back to eventually above 8:30. This is what I would like to see, honestly. But ES definitely the weaker sister here. I wouldn't say that in the first initial minutes. I wouldn't say that ES was the weaker sister because it never came down here for London lows. Uh, but then eventually it had no intention to go and run like NQ is running. Yeah, prices was not able to close effectively above 8:30. Now moving once again south. Yeah, it seems that it will stop me out here. Trying to play below the first presented fair value gap, taking some more sell side liquidity. And yeah, seems like it will run to my stop. There we go. So the bullish framework didn't work on ES. It's kind of weak here. So once again, we got trapped here, and I guess we will go lower now on ES. Eventually the same on NQ. Yeah, let's see if price just came for my stop and will eventually move to the upside here, or if it will move once again lower. Yeah, seems like it came for my stop and it will move now higher. Yeah, things are quite weird here on ES. Yeah, 930 open holding, price coming back to the first presented fair value gap, but yeah, kind of a messy day here on ES. And Q delivered quite well, but ES was never able to move like NQ. So 930 is holding here. Price is delivering inside the first presented fair value gap. I'm just waiting for it to trade above here, 830. It will give us some kind of a breaker. So let's see if we will have the run now. Or if price is just doing some type of a seek and destroy environment here. $8.30 needs to hold. Now we need to see some real follow through here. Just to believe once again in this price action. Yeah, so far the breaker is holding, but not a great momentum from ES. We'll give it some more minutes. Yeah, once again, trying to disrespect the breaker. 830, open, not holding, coming back inside the accumulation range. NQ delivering lower, probably trying to take those relative equal lows. And if so, yes, we'll probably go further lower as well. Nice reaction here from the breaker. Let's see. See if we will have some follow through here. Kind of a boring start to the boring morning here for ES. NQ delivering way better. But sometimes it's just like that. We just go for the weaker sister without intention. It has not the characteristics of a weaker sister because it never took long lows. So it should deliver quite quite fast to the upside, but yeah, in fact, NQ is it's doing what yes it's supposed to do. Yeah. Savage. Yeah, horrible price action here on ES, honestly. Kind of frustrated about this. But at this point, there's nothing we can do. I just have to embrace this price action here on ES, and yeah, it is what it is. I just needed some follow through here, but I have the feeling that it will not give me what I want. Yeah, I will probably get stopped out once again, and yeah, price action is not it's not working today. Messy chart, messy price action, messy behavior here from ES. So there's not much that I can do because yeah, NQ was delivering perfectly, and yeah, I think I in these types of conditions I have to get out of ES and move to NQ because at this point, if I would have taken the trade on NQ, which was way cleaner, I would have been in profit, would have already taken out something, and here on ES I'm in drawdown and eventually taking taking the chances to get stopped out once again here. really frustrating here. But yeah, the market, it's not always clean, and um, these types of conditions are summer price action conditions, and summer price action is can be very frustrating. That's why I'm thinking of taking a break, probably during the month of August, because August tend to deliver horribly, um, and it might get me even more frustrated and eventually making me do a lot of things that I don't want to do. Um, but yeah, at this point, I'm just waiting here because I have a two trade restriction on the account. So if I close it now, my dice stops here as well. Um, I'm willing to embrace the loss, honestly, but eventually I would like to at least recover this loss because this loss was, yeah, it was. I wouldn't say it was inevitable because this was somehow a manipulation to the downside. Um, but yeah, now I probably should have waited for some type of a sell side purge first before entering this trade. But since we had an SMT with NQ, and yes, here was the strongest asset. Um, yeah, I was convinced that ES would never come back lower, so that's why I took the trade. At this point, we are 20 minutes away from the next macro. So I really would like to see price move a little bit and not be in this range anymore. Still waiting here for somehow. Yeah, I got a loss. I tried to engage with the market here. I was looking at NQ, and NQ was delivering quite good. Um, but ES never delivered like NQ. Honestly, I was thinking that I was betting on the stronger sister because ES never came down for London lows, but somehow it just stopped me out here in this manipulation here to the downside. And yeah, it got me a loss of $165. Yeah, it's been a terrible price action morning on ES, but what can I do? I think I have to in these types of situations I have to leave ES and search for something on NQ, because at this point I would have been in profit already, and now I'm struggling with my drawdown and try to recover some of it. So I don't know. Yeah, I hope this long works, but this long works, but I'm not sure about it honestly, because NQ is whoa. See, this type of price action, I really don't like it honestly. God damn it. Well, let's see if it will go a little bit higher, because it stopped right below the relative the regular trading hours buy side liquidity. But if this wick is not fulfilled, that would not be a good sign, honestly. Yeah, eventually I'm expecting at least eventually midnight open. It has some confluence with -2 standard deviation. Um, and I think I will take the majority of the position here. Um, But yeah, we are approaching London highs as well. Yeah, at this point, I don't think we will come back to the accumulation zone, but I don't know. If I get if I put my stop at break even here, and if I get stopped out, I will end my trading day here. But it would not be a good sign if we come back to the accumulation zone. So I guess I don't know. I think I will remove some of the risk. Not putting myself at break even quite yet, but yeah. Yeah, YM is still taking it's still left London highs. Just like ES. So once again, we are approaching the next macro. So I hope the next macro will give us something more, somehow fuel the drive higher. So 1050, yeah. 1050 macro. So at this point, I don't want to see price coming back to 830 open or this consolidation, this accumulation zone. I want to continue delivering higher, eventually to buy side liquidity as all-time highs. But I would be content if it hits midnight open. Midnight open, it's always that magnet on price whenever price is driving into its direction. So I believe we will visit at least midnight open. But honestly, I'm not liking how NQ it's delivering price, consolidating for a while, accumulating for a while, um, leaving some relative equal lows below. I don't know. Let's see. But yeah, I was kind of surprised by yesterday on this horrible price action. I was really not expecting this. Um, I really thought I was betting on the stronger sister since it never came for London lows. But yeah, I guess I was betting on the weaker sister. Um, it happens, honestly. I'm hoping that 1050 macro will give us some more fuel to drive price a little bit higher. Would like to see eventually midnight open here as a target, and yeah, all-time highs because we are just driving higher. It's been crazy for the American indices, honestly. Yeah, you would take some off at London lows, right? Yeah, I was thinking about it too because the way price is acting on ES, it's not giving me that good vibes. So if I would take some off, I would eventually take the majority of it, probably 6 contracts, just to put myself at break even and leave the rest as a runner. Um, and yeah, that's what I'm probably gonna do. But I really needed to deliver that there. So limit sell 5+1. So I guess this is the most logical way to approach risk. Limit sell 6, yeah. So I'm taking the majority of it because I don't want to leave a runner that's bigger than 15%. And will eventually stretch the runner to buy side liquidity here as all-time highs. So there we go. So we are back at break even at least. And now I will just let it run and see what it brings me. It's kind of strange. It's kind of strange because here on the platform I'm already logged out. I don't know if you can see it. Let me just see if you can see it. No, you can't. But yeah, I'm already logged out from any trades. I guess Topstep counts a partial taking as a new trade. So at this point, I'm locked out. I can't do anything more. Kind of weird, but it is what it is. So yeah, this is a free trade now, but it was kind of disencouraging, honestly, because I wasn't expecting this move lower. I knew that there was some sell side liquidity building here happening. Um, but yeah, I never thought that ES could eventually come down once again and take out these lows, just to move higher once again. Messy price action, honestly, on ES. Can you at least adjust your TP and SL? I think so. Yeah, yeah, I can. I can. I will probably trail, because I don't know if price will eventually stop here. Yes, I can. I don't know if you're hearing me, Nasish, or if you're just, um, because I know that you're working at work, right? Uh, but but yeah, I don't know if you're hearing me. I'm answering your questions, but yeah, I will type it as well. Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. Working from home. I think there's no better thing than working from home, honestly. Being in the comfort of our nest, and that's why I choose trading as well. So yeah, it will be a once again a break even day. It will I will probably not be able to recover from yesterday's loss, um, because once again I suffered a small loss here on this drive lower. Um, I really thought that 930 would help price, but it didn't. I mean, it did because we never had a an assumed closure below it, but it was enough to take me out of the trade, honestly. And I don't think I misplaced my stop. I was giving it a lot of room, but yeah, price action here on ES was horrible. Well, meanwhile, on NQ, um, meanwhile on NQ, you did a wonderful job on NQ, Francisco. You really did. I really liked how you played the long. I really thought I was betting on the stronger sister, but yeah, kind of frustrating, honestly. Yeah, you have a 2-in-1, right? A 2-on-1, right? Working from home and having a green day on trading. Yeah, that's the cherry on the top of the cake. That's really the cherry on the top at the top of the cake, honestly. Yeah, but let me congratulate you once again, bruh. You did a really good job, and yeah, I saw your last I saw your last message on the chat group. Yeah, it delivered quite well. The regular trading hours on NQ, but it didn't work that good on ES. Yeah, I had it here all the time. Here, the sell side liquidity. For a move higher, I was expecting something from ES coming down here, take out this sell side liquidity eventually, or this London low. But as soon as I saw the SMT with NQ, yeah, I presumed that okay, we will not go lower. Eventually 930 and 830, or the first presented fair value gap will hold the price, and we will just move higher from here. But yeah, this move here, the manipulation lower, taking out the sell side, and I don't even understand, because we went for more than 50% of this wick. We left this wick here. I mean, if I change it to the regular trading hours, yeah, now it's a bit more. No, it isn't, because yeah, we have this wick still here, the 931 wick. I don't know. There are some things that I cannot explain on price, and that we will never eventually understand. But yeah, this session was quite frustrating. I mean, the last couple of days have been quite frustrating for me, because at this point, I'm just surviving. At this point, I'm just surviving. But yeah, I think it's part of the journey, and I'm honestly, I honestly miss some of those moves that I was telling you before, on gold and Bitcoin, those crazy runs. Um, I know that there's a lot of trash price action, but if you look at the gold once again here on the 1 minute, it's quite clean once again, and the runs are way better and way longer than what ES does. But it is what it is. I'm just sticking with it, and if ICT says that we should stick to one asset, I will do it until I'm profitable. Yeah, yeah, I see what you mean with there was no displacement on ES. Yeah, well, the displacement just happened now. In fact, uh, we had no displacement, and I probably was once again FOMOing, because I was looking at into NQ, and was watching that NQ was really moving higher, um, and moving in a steady pace higher. And yeah, I think my biggest mistake was trading ES, but expecting it to move like NQ. That's why I probably took this loss here. But it is what it is. And I know what you mean. I know what you mean when you say that the ES is the strongest asset. Yeah, it is. In fact, on the high time frames, it is. But not today in this particular case, in this micro range here. So 1050, we are inside a 1050 to 1110 macro. We will probably, or we will take some sell side here and continue move higher. Or since we already took, if you look into the 15 minutes, we already took big buy side liquidity points on the regular trading hours. Yes, already took this buy side liquidity point. And yeah, I'm expecting continuation higher, but it can happen that we will move a little bit lower, because in fact, like I was saying in the first minutes of the stream, I was kind of bearish today. I was expecting some thank God it's Friday setup, eventually taking previous day low or a bit lower. It didn't happen, but I can see a lot of liquidity here still. And these three touches here, one touch at all-time highs, another touch at all-time highs, another touch at all-time highs. Yeah, it can be a three drives pattern, but I'm not used to, I'm honestly not used to trade it. It's just another pattern for me. I know that ICT mentioned it a lot of times, but it's not that useful for me, honestly. So yeah, at this point, I can see NQ eventually driving a little bit lower because of those relative equal lows that it formed right at in between 957 and 1008. But yeah, it can be left for the lunch hour eventually. And if NQ really wants to take out those lows, my position will get stopped out here at break even. But yeah, to be honest, I think these for me, these are the hardest trading conditions that I faced for the last couple of months and eventually years since I started to drive into this trading journey. I'm not used to, and I get quite uncomfortable when trading at all time highs. Um, I have some difficulties to trade when there's nothing on our left. Um, and I guess it's been a journey for me, honestly, these last couple of weeks and eventually months. Um, because I've been struggling. I've been struggling, and it's not comfortable struggling like this, but it is what it is. If we want it so bad, we have to embrace all these difficulties and eventually work until they are suppressed, right? But yeah, these for me are the hardest trading conditions and the less comfortable trading conditions for me when we are just driving in a one direction, and just like we are doing for the last couple of weeks and month, honestly. The only big retrace that we had here was this one, 2 days straight um, bearish days, and that's it. And yeah, this was very hard to trade because of volatility. There were days that it was impossible to trade anything because the candles were so big, that it was not risk friendly. And yeah, and since then we are just moving higher, driving higher, and this for me are the hardest conditions when the market is one sided, completely one sided. I tend to have some, so I tend to struggle to enter a market like this. I don't know why, but this is something that I have to work on. I guess these are the times when swing traders or eventually investors can suppress and can do better than traders as well. Because you just have to, I don't know, as a swing trader, you just have to open a position and yeah, and watch it go. It's just like that. And for a trader, for a day trader, I think these are the least favorable conditions to trade in. That's my humble opinion, honestly. Yeah, I know, Francisco. I know. I know that's great, but I don't know. As a day trader, I tend to struggle with it. I don't know, and I think it's some. Yeah, the plan is pretty simple. I know that. I know, but I don't know why I tend to struggle with it. And in general, I tend to struggle with longs. I don't know why. I think it's because the short moves tend to deliver faster and with a lot of speed. And the long moves, yeah, they tend to be slow but steady, and 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 usually they are. It's not the case, but they are just paired with deep retracements. It's not the case here on ES, but yeah, I tend to struggle with longs in general. I always prefer to short the market. I don't know why. I think it's because of the speed of the movement. It's usually it's usually faster because of all the fear that a short position triggers on the market players. I think that's why. But yeah, I guess this is the hardest conditions that I tend to trade in for me. Yeah, we should do a call one of these days. I will have a busy weekend. But yeah, we should hop on a call for sure. Um, I guess we have a lot to share with each other, and it would be nice to um, to talk 101 or Jeff and they can join us as well. Gamma hedging and gamma squeeze. Yeah, I've never done a research about it, but let me let me just note it here and and I will research it a little bit later. Just let me take a post-it right here. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm still coughing. Um, and I don't know why my camera is always shutting itself off. So gamma hedging and gamma squeeze. Delta hedging. Okay. I will do it for sure. Yeah, but we okay. I will start with the delta hedging and then we'll go for the gamma hedging and the gamma squeeze. But yeah, we should hop on a call one of these days. Guess I have a lot to learn from you, and I can share some of my experiences as well. It's always beneficial for both of us, and yeah, Jeff and I'm not I'm a mess with names. Um, yeah, I can't remember them. I'm embarrassed. Yeah, Jeff and the other guy can eventually join us as well. It would be nice to share some knowledge. Yeah, Philippe. Yes. I'm sorry, Philippe, but I'm a mess with names. Names, birth dates, all that stuff. I'm a mess with that. Don't take it don't take it personally. Okay. Yeah, I see when you see that those are the concepts or the processes that the market makers use to enter their exposure. Okay, I will dig into those concepts for sure. Yeah, and meanwhile, NQ, you already closed your positions, right? Yeah, you did. You did well. 2R today. Yeah, fantastic job. Very nice deliver. And I'm watching now your trades. Your Yeah, you really did a great job. The first entry was on point. The second one on point as well. And yeah, in the partials, They worked very well as well. Well, at this point, we are about, yeah, we are reaching 2 hours of stream. Yeah, I tend to not stretch it more than 2 hours. Um, I think I will just leave the position as it is. It's it's already a break even day, so I'm not losing anything if price really comes to break even. But yeah, it was somehow of a frustrating morning, only because of this of this loss, honestly. Because here, as soon as price started to displace a little bit, and I entered, um, yeah, it kind of behaved in a tricky way here. It took some more time. It took about, yeah, it took about 25 minutes to start to deliver once again here. Um, but yeah, I was leaving my stop loss below 930 open, and this time it really worked. And yeah, and yeah, I was forced to take anything here at London highs because I somehow was expecting price to do something like this. The run would never be, it would never be a direct run to midnight open or eventually to buy side liquidity. Let me just check here once again the regular trading hours on ES. Yeah, we have a midnight open. We have all-time highs on regular trading hours as well. Yeah, it's somehow a confluence. I'm just looking at Nvidia, and damn, Nvidia is just, it's just marching to the upside, but with no hesitation. And yeah, it's a one-sided market since April as well. Tesla, in the meantime, meanwhile, Tesla just dropped about 8% yesterday. It's it's accumulating right now. On the daily, it's inside of a range. And looking into the dollar in this index, yeah, I can see that the dollar index will eventually drive a little bit lower. So eventually, ES and NQ will continue to drive higher on the long run. on the long term. Let me just check Euro USD. Yeah, we have some beautiful relative equal highs on Euro USD as well. So I believe that the next couple of, yeah, maybe until the end of the year, we will continue to grind higher on indices, because I can see lower prices on the XY. I can eventually see higher prices on Euro USD. And if Tesla and Nvidia continue their upside, yeah, I think the indices will keep grinding higher. Yeah, Apple is. Yeah, we commented about Apple some time ago with Philippe, I think. Um, yeah, but I think Apple managed to do somehow a U-turn, and it's looking way better now. So NQ moving a little bit higher. Let's see if NES can eventually catch up. But yeah, guys, I think that's it for today. I don't want to stretch the I don't want to stretch the live stream um far away from 2 hours. I think that's a good mark, 2 hours. Um, and yeah, I think I will end it today. Thank you, Francisco. Um, thank you, Francisco, for being here, and for interacting with me. It makes it makes things a little bit not that much lonely, and not that much like a solitary job. Um, yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the stream. And yeah, I think I will end it here. I don't want to. I don't want to make it more than 2 hours. And yeah, so far, yes is doing nothing. I'm just watching. Um, I'm just watching paint dry, so I'm just I don't want to take much more time here. No, I think 2 hours is it's 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 enough. And yeah, as soon as it takes me at break even, I will be locked out for the day, or as soon as it comes for um, my profit target, it will lock me as well. So I'm kind of already locked out. So um, I still can move my my stop loss and my profit target, but yeah, I will not do it, and we'll leave it just it is. Um, but yeah, I think I will end it here. So guys, have a nice weekend. Have a nice Friday afternoon, and yeah, I hope to see you guys next Monday. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support, Francisco. Thank you very much for your support as well. And yeah, hope to hope to see you. And yeah, we should mark a and schedule a call on Discord or whatever. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Have a nice afternoon. Have a nice day and a beautiful weekend. Yeah, enjoy the sun if there's sun in your country or whatever you are. Thank you very much. See you later.